viewers of our online lesson. My name is Marina Lebedeva, and today I'm going to discuss also word formation methods, and today it will be conclusive part of this topic because, as you know, as you watched my previous lessons, we have already discussed this topic for 2 lessons already. So let's start. But first of all, let me introduce you 3 methods that we will discuss today. Alternating sounds, reductions, and abbreviations. On the previous lesson, we were discussing conversion and stress change. Conversion, I will remind you, is a method when we transform some words from one part of speech into another. For example, from nouns into verbs, or in a reverse situation. Stress change. Stress change, I have already explained to you also. It's such kind of rule, it's such kind of method of creating new words when the same word may have 2 methods of being stressed. And these 2 ways may be absolutely different, may bring us absolutely different meanings of the word. So, let's start our topic. For the first of all, it will be alternating sounds. Let me say a couple of words. So, alternating sounds, type of conversion in which the spelling changes. So, what does it mean? It means that some consonants or vowels may be changed. Anyway, if you will change some letters in the word, it will be obvious that you should change your pronunciation. Next is at the root of the word voiced, and deaf consonants are alternate. Voiced. What does it mean, voiced? Voiced are that consonants which we may pronounce loudly, clearly. They are brief for our listening and our understanding. Deaf, less understandable, less clear, less brief. Now please look at this slide where I fixed some simple examples of alternating sounds. Look, to advise, advise, or to leave, to live, to believe, believe. In this first example and in the third example, we have one changing in the pronunciation, in spelling, but in the second example, please pay your attention to this one, to leave and to life. So we have not only changings in the spelling but in pronunciation too, and not only one letter and sound but several letters and sounds. Actually, we have several methods. If to be exact, 2 methods of alternating sounds: grammatical and lexical. We cannot create a lot of words using grammatical method of alternating, but we may do some of them, and they are significant enough. Grammatical alternation is created, for the first of all, by plural form of the nouns. On one of the previous lessons, I explained you were discussing nouns and articles. So let's come back to this topic, but in another meaning, like an alternating sounds. So food, feet, feet plural form, mouse, mice, wife, wives. As you can see, from singular form, we transform these nouns into plural form. This is grammatical method of creating words in alternating. Next one is formation of verbs. Please look. Write, wrote, written. Here I fixed irregular verbs. The second example is also about irregular verbs. Drink, drank, drunk. Actually, it means that we have 2 methods of creating grammatical alternation, using plural form of nouns and using irregular verbs. Please remember, this is connected with grammar alternation. Now let's go to lexical. Lexical sound alternating may have more variations. So let's go to the first. Alternating vowels The second one is alternating consonants, and third one is mixed alternation. But first of all, alternating vowels. We have only vowels changed in our word. So, blood, bleed. It means so, blood is a component of our body, and this is a verb. It means when we have some wound and we cannot stop blood, so we use this word. Tell. Tell is some story. Tell is the process of telling that story. Next one is alternating consonants. To excuse, excuse. Here I underlined, I fixed S and S, but they have their different pronunciation, like Z and S. The same situation with to house and house. Also it depends on part of speech, verb or noun. Mixed alternation. Bus, bus. Bus is a noun. Bus. Sometimes we may use like a verb. Sometimes like to take a shower. Or breathe, breathe. Loss, lose. Choice, choose. Here you may see that not only vowel or consonant was changed, but we have maybe both of them were changed, and in the result we get a new word. This is alternation. Now please pay attention to some facts that consonant, they have some different pronunciations. It depends on part of speech. For example, at the root of the verb, it may be voiced, and at the root of the noun, it may be deaf. And words are pronounced in different ways, so it also depends on the part of speech, on how many words do you have in the root of, which combination of letters do you have in the root. It depends on the word. We have to look at the word and to describe it individually. And please pay attention to this slide. Here I fixed some information about suffixes. Suffixes also may influence our alternation. Look. Serene, serenity. Serene, in general, you use this word when you would like to say about some calm situation, about patience. You may use this word, and as you can see, alternating sounds actual not only for the root of the word, but also for some addition, like suffixes in these examples. Or sincere, sincerity. Well, south, southern, nature, natural. As you can see in all these examples, except these, we do not have any changing in this word, we just added another word. We may do some changings in the suffixes. Please remember this method of creating new words, of word formation, alternating sounds, like changing some words, and according to this, it's obvious that it will be changed, some pronunciation of words. Now please let's go to the next method of creating new words. Next method is reductions. So here I fixed definition. Please read it. Is like shortening is a morphological variation when some part of the sound composition of the original word is omitted. In our own words, what is it? It is a situation when we exclude some part of the word in order to make it more short, in order to simplify our words, in order to simplify our speech. That's why I may say that this method of creating new words is popular enough, and not only among youngsters, but also among people of all the ages. Actually, nowadays we have so many technologies, we have so many development, and that's why we cannot exclude our new words from our life. That's why we have to use them, and we have to simplify our speech to make it easier. It's our natural wish. Now let's discuss some facts about reduction. So sometimes this method is called clipping. It's another name of this method. If you will see such kind of word, please remember that it's also synonym to the word reduction, to the method of reduction. Next one, words that have arisen in this way are used by much more often in contrast their longer brothers. So it means that it's far more easier to say plane instead of airplane, or to say phone instead of telephone. When you are talking too much, when you are saying so many things, it's better. Of course, it's easier, it's not better, but it's easier to say such kind of short words. So the next fact is about words and phrases. If you have some phrase where you have two or more words, you should remember that in such kind of situation, all the words will be reduced. You cannot reduce only one word and another just leave. No, it's impossible. You should reduce all the words. Next one, there are no international and national standards. As I told you before, nowadays we have so many technologies. We have really fast process of development. That's why we cannot really quickly understand the origin of some words. That's why some words are really international, because they are used all over the world. That's why. And last fact is a number of English abbreviations do not have equivalents in Russian or Uzbek. It means that if you will have such kind of some particular abbreviation in English, it doesn't mean that you will have in Russian or Uzbek language the same abbreviation. Please remember this fact, or maybe you will be confused in a dialogue with someone. Now let's discuss some concrete situations in reductions. Please, homonymous abbreviations. Sorry. Can you see that here I fixed 4 abbreviations? All these 4 abbreviations are similar, but their meaning absolutely different. The first one is electric primer. We use it when we talk about electricity. It's quite professional definition. Next one is equipment part. It's also about some technique. Next one, extreme pressure. It may be also used in some particular professional area. And earth plate. It's also from geography. That's why if you pronounce or if you fix some reduction, like homonymous abbreviation, that abbreviation which may have a lot of meanings, you should understand. Will it be understandable for all the people or not? Please fix this moment in your mind. Next one is lexical. It's quite simple. Dog, doctor, or fridge, refrigerator. We have such kind of reductions in mostly written sources. We don't fix in our speech. In our speech we fix a little bit another abbreviation, so we'll talk about them in a minute. Next, half reductions. What does it mean? It means that you may reduce only one word. You will leave one letter and the second word will stay without any changing. For example, a bomb, atomic bomb, or V-Day, Victory Day. So, graphic reductions. You may know these phrases from your school ages, from your first class at school even. So, kilogram, kilometer, miles per hour, doctor, mister. So, actually, these graphic reductions are really spread among students, among people all over the world. They are like international, I'd like to say. Because everyone will understand even if something will be written in foreign language. So, and now let's discuss some classification which is related to official reduction, to formal style. So, we have such kind of word like efirda. It's such kind of scientific word. Maybe you will not remember, but you should remember its definition. Truncation of the beginning of the word. Truncation, it means omission. It means that you reduce, that you exclude the beginning of the word. Like in these examples. Look. History instead of his, you just leave story. The first two letters are omitted, but anyway, it's understandable. Next one is telephone and phone. It's quite simple examples, you know these. Esquire or squire. Squire is a person who serves in army. Or you may say it's like a title, like lord or master. Example or sample. It's also the same. Please remember, truncation of the beginning of the word. It's one of the first type of formal reduction. The second type of formal reduction is syncope. It's also a formal word, but please, I strongly recommend you to remember its definition. Truncation of the middle of the word. You exclude the middle of the word. Look, please. Madame, man. Market, mart. By the way, the word mart is really spread all over the world. And if you go in some supermarket abroad, you will see this word. It's spread enough. Even, in. Ever, air. Never, ne'er. Remember their pronunciation. And you should fix such kind of sign to show that this word was reduced. Now let's go to the third and the last type of reduction of official words. Epicope, truncation of the end of the word. We have already discussed beginning, middle, now it's the end of the word. So, editor, add. Advertisement, ad. Vampire, vamp. Prefabricated, prefab. Promenade, prom. By the way, the word promenade is not English word, it has another origin. Promenade, it means such kind of concert or party, maybe as a rule open air, and where all the people are standing as a rule. For example, graduation party for all the students of the country, of all the countries. We used to say prom. It was reduced from the word promenade. And microphone, mic. So, now let's go to the third type of creating new words. The final type of creating new words that I would like to discuss with you for today is abbreviations. We used to know this phrase, this word, this method from our young age, when we use the first letters of some words. Actually, it's a very popular method, and let's discuss some really significant words, official words, business, and for chatting with your friends or SMS chatting. Now please look at the definition. A word or phrase read by the alphabetical name. Alphabetical, it means you should pronounce all the letters according to their alphabet. For example, not N but N, not M but M. So, all the initial letters or by the initial sounds of the words included in it. Well, here I fixed some examples of abbreviations. Please look. National Aeronautic and Space Administration. Next one is UFO, unidentified flying object. All these words are fixed like in our abbreviations, and you may easily understand and remember all these words. But you should remember that sometimes two abbreviations may have the same meaning, or abbreviation may have two different words. For example, lol, laughing out loud, or lol, lots of laugh. For example, laughing out loud. You may say this abbreviation when you talk about something really comic, something really interesting, but when you talk about something serious or maybe dull, or the situation is real formal, you cannot say laughing out loud. It will be not suitable for your situation. That's why, please, you should detailize some facts, you should detailize your dialogue, speech and situation before you will use some abbreviation. Of course, you cannot use abbreviations when you pass some international exams. You cannot write them, you cannot fix them, you just should pronounce and write them in their full version. But anyway, try to do this. And now please look at the slide in order to remember the most popular abbreviations. So, VIP, very important person. So, PC postscriptum, when you would like to say about something that is like an additional information to our given text. So, AD and BC, BCE. We use these two abbreviations when we talk about time, when we talk about some historical period of time. So, ASAP. ASAP is quite spread among youngsters. We know this word, and even in chats you may see this word. UNO, United Nations Organizations. Well, UNESCO, United Nations Educational. Next one, AM, PM. We use these words when we talk about period of time. The first part of the day and the second part of our day. Next one is IE. That is, and can you see that some of these abbreviations were produced from different languages? The most part of them were produced from Latin language. So, EG, for example, I think that you have already seen this example at your school books, and you, etc., it means and so on, etc., is also a Latin word. So the continuation is, look, it's more complicated abbreviations. Too good to be true. It means you cannot believe. It's unbelievable. So tomorrow, it's also a long word. That's why in order to simplify this word, we may write like this, but also, of course, in our chats with friends and informal chats. Next one, today, birthday. Birthday has two variations. Next one, tonight. Another one, forever. Next one is as far as I know. So you consider, you express your ideas and considerations. Next one, by the way. Then, really. So be right back. Talk to you later. Next one, in my honest opinion. Then also known as, and thanks in advance. So actually, in English-speaking countries, people use these abbreviations quite often. But I know that our students do not know some of them. I recommend you remember, because maybe you will chat with your pen friends from other countries, from English-speaking countries, and at such kind of situation it will be useful to show your knowledge at this area, to use such kind of phrases. Now let's talk about business abbreviations. They are formal. So please, I would like to pay your attention to one detail, that you should pronounce these abbreviations in that way in which they are fixed. So, Mr. or misters, then doctor, next one, saint or street, two different words, but they anyway fixed in the same abbreviation. As I told you before, you should mention what situation you would like to describe, about saint, someone, or about street. So, boulevard, avenue, square, road, building, Bachelor of Science, Master of Arts, Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Medicine. So they are quite formal, quite suitable for business. They are not spread, but we know the most part of these abbreviations. Another business abbreviations you should pronounce in their alphabetical order. So, as a company, personal assistant, appendix, it means addition to some document maybe. So, reply, page, something, somebody. Some students even don't know about something, somebody. Please remember, it's possible to reduce such kind of words in such kind of abbreviations. Versus, etc. Chief Administrative Officer, Chief Executive Officer, Export Human Resources, Headquarters Limited Liability Company, Research and Development Information Technology. Maybe one day you will need them when you will work, when you will do your own business. So you will use these abbreviations. And finally we came to the chats and SMS, to that abbreviations which may be used in your chatting with your friends, with your pen friends, as I told you before, with someone from English-speaking countries. Bye for now. By the way, next one for your information, just in time. In other words, no reply is necessary. On the other hand, good luck, goodbye, don't know, as soon as you get this before, because, believe it or not, best wishes, busy, see you tomorrow. I cannot see you tomorrow, I cannot say see you tomorrow, but I can say that is all for today. That's why let's finish our lesson. I hope that you fixed in your mind that rules, that especially abbreviations that I showed you today. So, have a good day, stay at home, bye.